Casino is a 1995 American epic crime film directed by Martin Scorcese. The film is based on the 1995 nonfiction book Casino, Love and Honor in Las Vegas by Nicholas Pileggi, who also co-wrote the screenplay for the film along with Scorsese. It stars Robert De Niro, Sharon Stone, Joe Pesci, Don Rickles, Kevin Pollak, and James Woods. The primary characters are based on real-life people. Sam is inspired by the life of Frank Rosenthal, also known as Lefty, who ran the Stardust, Fremont, Marina, and Hacienda casinos in Las Vegas for the Chicago outfit from 68 to 81. Nicky and Ginger are based on mob enforcer Anthony Spilotro and former dancer and socialite Jerry McGee, respectively. Casino was released November 1995 by Universal Pictures to mostly positive and critical reception. It was a worldwide box office success. Stone's performance was singled out for acclaim, earning her a Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in a Motion Picture. And she was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Actress. Casino grossed about $10 million in its opening weekend, and the film grossed a total of $116 million worldwide on a $40 to $50 million budget. I'm finished, Brad. You can talk now. You can say words. Do you like it? What did you think? How many times you seen this thing?
Do you think if we took the Joe Pesci from this film and exchanged him with the Joe Pesci from Home Alone, do you think that little fuck Macaulay Culkin would have survived the night? Or do you think he would have got fucking stabbed with a pen right in his little stupid face? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, motherfucker. Mom! Kevin! I think he would have put Macaulay's head in a vice and popped his fucking eyeball out and put an ice pick through his testicles and cut his throat and buried him in the desert.
All good things. All good things. I'd watch that.
Sounds like a better movie than Home Alone.
It does. Home Alone Casino. Home Casino. Anyway, yeah, look, this film sort of popped up in my Netflix, as they do when films get thrown in there. It comes up in the trending or whatever, and I thought, I've always seen it's one of those movies where I like Scorcese, how the fuck you say it. Sorry, mate, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I like your films, though.
Just Marty.
Marty. I love Marty's films. But Goodfellas and Departed and God, what else does he do? His style of film. It's gangster films, right? They're good. And I'd always seen clips of Casino kept coming up. I kept coming across, here's this clip from Casino. I was like, fuck, I've got to watch that one day. And then so when this opportunity came up, do an episode. There's Casino. Good. Get into it. Hey, there's, voiceover, there's De Niro, there's Pesci, there's Sharon Stone.
Have you seen it before?
I hadn't seen it before. No.
Really?
Yeah. Really?
I thought you would have seen it
surprises you
20 times.
No.
I thought everybody's seen this movie.
Keeping you on your toes. It was one of those films that I should have seen and hadn't, But it came to my attention. I watched it, high class actors all the way through, quality acting, quality direction. But I felt underwhelmed.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Brad.
I've thrown out my review and we'll discuss. You can tell me why you love it, and I'll tell you why I think it's good, but not his best film, and not one that I would watch over and over again. Good film, but not great. Much same vibe as how I felt about Tarantino. Good movie, great Tarantino, or great Marty, but not his best. And I'm okay with that. You know,
What's the best? Goodfellas.
Yeah, that's pretty peak. I really enjoyed The Departed as well for all its ups and downs. There's others. You know, didn't he do Taxi Driver? Yeah.
Yes, he did. Taxi Driver. Raging Bull.
Fuck you, you film snob. I don't know. And Shutter Island.
Little film called Aviator, Brad. Aviator. The Aviator.
I haven't seen that. I feel like it's going to be a piece of shit.
That's a bit
good.
That's not the best one.
Okay, all right. So
that's all right.
I watch it? We're not reviewing The Aviator, but should I watch it?
It's all right, but it's more like a TV movie, Scorsese, for me.
Okay. All right. Okay. But no, like, you know, every director has their highs and lows, their ebbs and flows, Spielberg included. Fuck, have we ever done a Spielberg film?
No, not yet.
Damn. All right. Okay. But yeah, so Marty in his career has to have his ebbs and flows, his ups and downs. And Casino, I think, has all the tropes of what you'd think would make a great Marty film. But it just doesn't. It just didn't get there. It just felt, maybe it was the time it was released. Yeah, absolutely. It could have been trimmed, but maybe it's just because I'm watching it now, fucking 20 years after it came out. You know, so at the time, if I watched it at the time, it would have been the greatest thing ever. But yeah, now I watched it and I kind of, it just didn't have the right pacing for me, and the voiceover was odd. And right from the opening scene where he walks out of the casino and gets in his car, right? And it turns it on, it blows up.
Yeah, he's flying through the air in flames. Yep.
Yep. But when the car blew up, it was the worst TV movie style. We just put a fucking shop mannequin in the driver's seat and blew the car at once.
There's like the frame. They stop the camera, stick a dummy in there, and there's like a clear moment where the dummy's sitting in a different position.
You know what? I compare it to the Han shot first moment in Star Wars when George.
This is pre-CG though, you know.
It is. Oh, absolutely. Look, don't get me wrong. And maybe
there would have been Jurassic Park, wouldn't there?
Maybe it was a choice by the director. Maybe he was, you know, doing a riff on 60s fucking movies or something, you know, and they had those kind of things. But when I watched it, I went, oh, fuck, that was useless. And that was all I thought about for the first, 20 minutes of the film. Yeah. So why did they leave that in? How could they have left that in?
Yeah. I remember reading that that montage of them blowing through the flames cost them $11,000, and there was a bit of a thing where they're like, why did it cost so much? Apparently it was difficult to do back then. Yeah. It is a little bit of a moment. You do see it, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
I guess my problem with it is you see him flying through the flames, and at the end of the film, you know that he jumped out of the car as the flames were going on, so it's very misleading.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The two scenes don't line up. But I think that whole idea of a untrustworthy narrator is kind of one of the devices used in the film, you know. What shocked me, again, spoiler alert, jumping around all over the place here. You've got multiple narrators, right? Like De Niro, Pesci. That was a shock when Pesci started narrating. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? You can't have two narrators, can you? But then it happened. I was like, okay. I don't remember. Sharon Stone doesn't narrate two-way. It's just those two dudes. I'm trying to remember.
I think it's those two. Yeah, it's it is a true story, and there is a lot they got to get through and just sort of set up, you know.
But also, isn't one of the rules, when you write a story or you have a narrator, it's told from their perspective. So you think, right, they have to have survived the story in order to narrate the story, right? That's normally how it's done. Because if you die, you can't narrate what's happening. But then I don't know if it was great, it was jarring. Again, Pesci's narrating, and then he gets clubbed on the back of the head mid-sentence, and they kill the motherfucker. So I was like, well, that doesn't work.
Yeah. But I think it's just getting, otherwise it'd be a 5-hour movie if they had to explain everything they're talking about, you know?
Maybe that's what it needs. Maybe it needs a 5-hour director's cut.
Mm. It is a lot of, there is a lot to get through at the beginning. There is a lot of talking. But I just got to go with it. I think, the interesting thing for me after watching this is I started getting a bunch of videos on YouTube today about out in Las Vegas. There's the Lake Mead, which I went on holiday to Las Vegas and I took a little paddle steamer across Lake Mead.
Oh,
and
this
videos coming up. The water level has dropped so much now that there's not enough water to power the turbines in Hoover Dam. And it's come down so low that they're finding steel barrels all over the place with bodies in them.
Yeah. Perfect.
Oh, goodness. That mafia. These wacky guys. Yeah.
Tell me, when you went on your little paddle steamer journey, did you remember to wear a little dress and have your parasol? Or was it not that kind of affair?
I had a bag of chips and a beer like a man.
Yeah, like a man.
Like a man.
Like a man. Look at it.
Over top those dead bodies in the barrels at the bottom of the lake.
Floating over dead gangster buddies. Cased in steel, eating chips, drinking beers, staring at titties. It's the American way. It's the American way. America. Fuck the Hoover Dam.
Before I get going, I got a little interesting tip. You know when Robert De Niro starts hosting the talk show or the variety show?
Yeah, odd.
And he has the pretty girl on the couch with him, he introduces as a dancer from France.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Her name is Claudia Hayro. So she later married Joe Pesci. And then she divorced Joe Pesci and remarried to a stuntman. And she got convicted in 2000 of 2 counts of attempted murder for hiring a hitman to try and kill the ex-husband, the stuntman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Must have learned a thing or two from her acting days in a pretend gangster film.
What year was this? 95 or 97?
You read the Bible.
So she married Pesci, divorced him, got married to another guy in 5 years, and hired a hitman to try and knock him off all in 5 years.
Yeah.
She's got some get up and go to it, doesn't she?
Hey, people just want to live life, Dan. You know, they just want to live.
I found there were some historical inaccuracies in this film. The story's mostly right, but the ginger character played by Sharon Stone apparently was not a prostitute and wasn't a crazy drug addict like she was made out to be. She was a dancer. Lester was an ex-boyfriend, but wasn't a pimp and wasn't, a huckster like he is in the film. And she did marry Robert De Niro's character, and it wasn't a love thing. It was more of a financial thing. He promised her security, and she went okay.
Yeah.
But he's portrayed as more of a nice guy in the film, whereas in real life, he beat the fucking shit out of her, and that's why she was trying to get away from him. She wasn't on drugs and trying to steal the children. She did try, I think, get the kid away from him. She did start an affair with Joe Pesci's character, but it was all an attempt to get away from this Rosenthal guy that she was actually very afraid of, and he was a mobster.
What was the point of this film? Why was that story interesting? What was the reason to make this film?
Yeah, I see Scorsese said there's a lot of story, but there's no plot. It's basically just historical. This is kind of what happened, though they did change a few things. But
Here's
more or
some
less, it
events
is
that
pretty
happened
accurate.
for a little while. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's more just interesting of how the history of Las Vegas. I think it's a very intriguing story, but yeah, there isn't a moral to this thing. It is interesting that it starts off talking about a theme of trust. Like they talk about trust a lot. I have to trust you with my life.
Mm. Yeah.
Puts the money in the security box saying, I trust you. This is, if I get kidnapped, this is my kidnap money. I trust you with my life. And it's, if you judge it, the book by its cover, the moral of the story is trust no one.
Mm.
But yeah,
So
it's really just
X-Files.
historical.
Yeah.
Trust no one.
Do
I want to
you
believe.
do you like De Niro?
As an actor,
Yeah. Well, and not personally, not down at the corner store. Yeah, call him on the weekends. Not your pen pal.
personally, I think he's a bit of a muppet, the things he says and does, but yeah.
Oh, sure. All right. Well, as an actor is what I'm asking. Yeah, like his, generally, if a film comes out starring Robert De Niro, is that enough power to pull you in?
He stars in a lot of shit, let's face it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he is De Niro in every film, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's good at being De Niro, but he's De Niro in every movie.
Mm. Yeah. Yes, I don't.
Pesci is kind of Pesci in every movie, but he's excellent at being Pesci.
Yeah, when Pesci's Pesci, when he's on point, brilliant. Goodfellas in this, I think, a very similar character. Goodfellas a bit more, it's better, more violent, but yeah, that was my highlight of this film was Pesci's character. I think bad guy, asshole, but it just brought a bit of fire to an otherwise, as you say, just here's some events that happened.
I think it was also Pesci's character wasn't the one that got blacklisted and kicked out of Las Vegas. It was actually Robert De Niro's character in real life that was kicked out of Las Vegas and blacklisted. The mob bosses didn't like him going on TV, and they want you to stay undercover and keep a low profile. So they kind of flipped that in this film. But otherwise, it's pretty accurate. That guy, the head in the vice and all that stuff, that's all true.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal.
Apparently, they filmed that scene because they thought if they include that when they send it to the censors will want that cut and then ignore the other stuff in the movie. They call it a sacrificial scene where they go, we'll put in something really terrible that the censors will balk at and forget the other stuff. But apparently the censors said, no, that's fine. And so they left it in the movie. So it doesn't actually have anything to do with the story, and it just sort of adds to the runtime.
Yeah, right. Oh, again, memorable scene, I think, done pretty intensely and well. Also, when they're getting beaten to death with bats in the field at the end, I thought, fuck, that's pretty full on. But, that's the only memorable stuff you take away from this film is, oh, fuck, that guy's eye popped out, and Pesci being Pesci. Other than that, there's not a lot of memorable scenes. I enjoyed
Sharon
the
capers.
Performance. I didn't rate too highly. I think she was better in The Quick and the Dead. Remember that film? Fuck, that's a good film.
You see a boob in that, don't you?
I think you do. Yeah, once or twice. Simple film.
Okay.
Come to
10.
town, and it's a, what do you call it? Gunfighter shootout tournament. That's the film. Come in, shootouts, done.
The Specialist with Sylvester Stallone. Now, if you want to watch a terrible, terrible, really bad movie, but it's got a lot of skin in it, Specialist is for you. Sharon Stone's on display. And so Sylvester.
How much of Stallone's bone do you see? Any?
I think you see a bit of dick root, but I don't think you actually get the dick.
Oh, a bit of trunk. Okay, interesting.
Well, the V muscle thing.
Well, I don't have one of those, but I think I see what you're going for. Dick Root.
Normal men don't, but
Sly does.
Extremely muscular men do.
Yeah. Fuck. What are they like? Okay.
I enjoyed the
Specialist.
capers though. The blowing a hole in the wall and stealing the safes out of the wall because the doors have the alarm on them, so they go through the walls and the ceiling. All that stuff's really super interesting.
Yeah, I liked when they were in the casino and he was running the floor and they're busting, the guys, whatever, counting cards or doing their little systems. It's kind of cool to see that. But again, it's just like events. It's no. I
thought Sharon Stone was fantastic, actually, though. She was a brilliant actress in this. I think it's her best role.
I thought she was very soap opera-y. I don't know what I'd call her best role, actually, but.
This is it, Brad. Look at the career. It's this or it's what's the one she broke through in? Crossing the legs?
Basically, it's
Basic Instinct. Yeah. Ooh, that one. That didn't age well.
I bet it does stink.
I watched that not so long ago. There's a scene where they're standing by a window. You can see the outdoor as a cityscape of San Francisco, and you can clearly see it's a painting.
Nothing wrong with a good old matte painting. Those were the days.
And the days before HD, they thought, we can get away with it.
We can get away with it. Yeah. We can have Michael Douglas as a handsome lead actor. We'll get away with it.
Yeah, they didn't. I think it's a great movie. It's very stylish. There's some weird voiceover stuff where I notice like the volume goes up and down during the narrations and stuff. Like it was some weird cuts, like they came back and added another bit in and didn't quite match to the other bit.
Yeah. Maybe it was, I don't know, made at speed. Who knows? Maybe they had financial woes.
Surely not. The plane running out of fuel and landing on the golf course. That actually happened, except it didn't run out of fuel. It had a mechanical problem, and it was the FBI in it. And I saw the actual footage. It was they actually landed on the golf course and ran into a lake. See the plane sitting in a lake. Yeah,
that's pretty funny. Remember that time Harrison Ford crashed his plane?
Has he done it a couple times?
I think he's done it a couple times. Don't get behind the wheel, Harrison.
Broke his arm or something, didn't he, when he crashed?
Probably. Wonderful actor. Bit of a shit pilot. Yeah.
Wow.
Right. If what are we moving on to? What's our next section? Down the video store?
Double feature.
Yeah.
Double feature? Well, we double feature this motherfucker with.
So if I went down I was about to say the Piggly Wiggly. I don't even know what that means. I went down the video store and they had the 2-for-1 special, a double feature. And there's
a video store.
Yeah. Remember those? Where there's big you walk in the door and there'd be like a metal detector to make sure nobody was stealing the VHSs. It's VHS. It's a video cassette. How does it work? Fucking magic. Nobody knows. But whenever anybody hired Basic Instinct, there was one scene where the whole screen went real wobbly. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about.
Reframe.
Feature. Reframe. The tracking's off. You can't zoom on a VHS either. It's a shame.
You can try.
You can try. You just
got to sit closer to the telly.
Come up the work.
That's what we all did. You can't see anything.
Yeah. No, you one fucking frame off. It's revolutionary when you got that one frame tracking or pause motion or whatever it was. Teenage years. Anyway, double feature. It's easy. It's Goodfellas, right? No brainer.
Goodfellas.
Yeah. Marty and Marty. Pesci and Pesci. It's like Goodfellas is a prequel for this character. It's Pesci and Pesci. It's the same guy in 2 films.
Have I got the title wrong? National Lampoon's Vegas Lake Vacation.
Vegas Vacation. Yeah, right. So
Yeah,
you went casino and casinos.
Just Chevy Chase, and he takes his family to Las Vegas, whatever that one's called. That's a funny movie. That's hilarious.
Vegas Vacation, I think.
Yeah. Great film.
Is that the Damn Dams one? You get some damn fish, do some damn fishing. I think that's the one.
I don't know. I actually went to the Hoover Dam. I think, did I tell you that? Because I went to the Hoover Dam and we were going down the elevator with the guide and he said you can ask any damn questions you want.
Yeah. And you laughed real hard.
Oh, goodness.
And he went, that's the first time I've ever told that. I'm going to use that again.
Oh, wow. That joke was a hit. Works 5 times a day.
Yeah.
So on IMDb, the cold-hearted bastards over there gave it an 8.2 out of 10. Someone gave it a 10. I know I'm in the minority when I say this was much better than Goodfellas. Wow.
Ooh.
Someone gave it a 10. The perfect picture of Las Vegas in the early days. Someone gave it a 6. Narrated for the blind. And another 6 was bloated, but there's some good mob stuff here.
Yeah, that's fair.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I was going through this. It was like reviews were like 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Pretty cool film.
Well, what say you, Savage? What do you rate this then?
I'm going to give it a 9.
Whoa.
I'm going to give it 9 fucking stool pigeons at the bottom of the lake in a barrel. That's what I'm going to give it.
Sweet. So if there were 10 barrels at the bottom of the Hoover Lake, 9 of them would have a corpse in it and 1 would be empty. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it was smashed hands that I whacked with a hammer. I give it 9 popped eyeballs.
You can't steal my rating system. That's what I was going to go for.
I said it first.
Yeah.
Okay.
You used 2.
9 crushed hands in the bottom of the barrel in the bottom of Lake Mead.
Okay. All right. Is that your highest rating you've ever given a film? No, you gave Once Upon a Time 10, didn't you? Yeah.
I gave Green Mile 10, I think. Did I?
What did you? I don't remember we'd done that. And there's a lot of episodes for people to listen to. If you're enjoying what you're hearing right now, go on back. Get on back now, you hear? Yeah. Listen to some of our other episodes because there's some quality in here. There's some boring shit too. But that's what,
like and subscribe. There's no boring shit. Shut up.
Like and subscribe. Join our OnlyFans.
They can't all be hits, people.
They can't all be. Just bounce around. If there's something you like, just try it out. We're all just getting by.
I recommend the review we did on The Cell. Like, if we're ever going to prison, it's for that one.
Oh, I've forgotten what's in that one. Maybe don't listen to that one, everybody.
Goddamn, everything's in that one.
I don't know what kind of editing's being done with the words I say here, so I deny all accountability.
No editing. We did everything. It's all us. We're guilty.
And then Brad said, insert name. And then, my rating, this one, look, enjoyable, but not amazing. I'll give it a nice in the middle. 7 pen stabs to the neck out of a possible 10.
You're not going to change that to 7 ice picks to the balls?
No, I'm going to keep it above the belt.
Just upgrade it to 7 ice picks to the balls. We've
kept it pretty G this episode, or maybe a little bit PG. I think we mentioned, Sharon Stone's Snatch. No, we probably didn't, but now we have.
It wasn't in this film, so if you're going to watch it for that, you're going to be disappointed.
Don't watch it. Yeah. If yeah. Go watch Quick and the
No
Dead.
side boob either. No side boob.
No, hey, you don't win a Golden Globe with side boob, Dan. We know this. Sharon should have known better.
Doesn't do the audience any good, though, does it?
Depends who your target market is, really. I mean, who's going to watch gangster films?
Me. I'm pretty sure there's boobs in Departed.
Not Sharon's.
There's that saucy scene with Jack Nicholson and the redhead chick and the black girl.
Oh.
I remember that vividly.
Okay. Great. Great. Well,
was the redhead girl that Jack Nicholson had at the end, his girlfriend, was that the same redhead girl that was younger in the shop at the beginning of the film? I've always wondered that.
I'm so glad you're asking me questions about a film I probably haven't seen in 10 years and expecting me to remember who the redhead was.
The redhead girl in the shop at the beginning of the film, did that end up being his girlfriend 10 years later? Was that the same girl? I'm pretty sure it was, but I don't know. I've had arguments with people about that.
Well, I'm not the one to have the argument with because, look, comment below. Let us know who the redhead was, who you think it was.
Yeah. Perhaps we could do that film and try and get to the bottom of the redhead.
Hey, that's a fair point, but we can't do Scorcese back to back because I really don't know how to say his name. So
what if we just put the video on pause for a second? We'll go watch The Departed and come back, and everybody can just wait for 2.5 hours.
Well, no, through the magic of editing, it'd just be, hey, we're back, and we sound 2 hours.
We'll leave it running to make it difficult, obviously.
Wow, and of course
they're waiting to hear now.
Yeah, that'll get our likes up, I'm sure. We're trying.
It doesn't cost us.
We're so close to 100 million subscribers. So maybe a 4-hour episode is what we need to push it over the edge.
Jumbo marathon where people can just sit and wait patiently while we go and watch The Departed.
And if you go,
it was the girl. No, it wasn't.
Yeah, and then argue and argue in the comments, and because more comments, the Google bots will love it, and we'll easily get that 100 million. Now, if you're listening to me say 100 million, and you're looking down below and you're thinking, I'm only seeing 3 views there, just there's some glitch. There's some glitch in the system. So what you need to do is just like and subscribe, or follow, or I don't know where the fuck you're listening to this, or how you're listening to it.
The real question is, where did the black girl come from?
Africa?
Does she speak?
I don't know. I don't remember. Are we still talking about The Departed?
I think the audience should just wait here for a minute. We'll go watch Departed and come back and figure out where the black girl came from, and was the redhead girl the one from the beginning?
Okay.
It's only 2.5 hours. Come on.
Okay, go. That's totally where we should end it, right there.
Good film. Go watch it. I thought we could have kept the silence going a little bit longer, Brad. I think you ruined it.
Oh, I didn't know what you were going for.